Hey guys, this is Roxy, and I am enjoying the outdoors here in western Nebraska. And I just wanted to bring to you the beauty that I get to see for the next few days on my work retreat here, and just gathering up some inspiration from these Wildcat Hills. Absolutely beautiful. I got a puppy here with me, and I got my dog with me, so it could get a little wild. I'm not sure what's going to happen. But today I wanted to continue on with my series, the 4 questions to ask of any business opportunity. And today we're going to talk about question number 3. And this was really intriguing to me. The question was, how many sales do you need to make in order to make $1 million in your new opportunity, or that the opportunity that you're looking at possibly going into? And I had to really step back and think about this a little bit, because I've been in a couple of opportunities, and after I read, this question and really pondered it and listened to what Jeff had to say about the question, I had to really stop and think. And it was really interesting because he talked about, if you want to become a top marketer, you have to swim with the big fish. You've got to identify with the big fish. And then you've got to go with the big fish that like to eat the bigger fish, right? And they don't play in shallow waters. They play in some pretty phenomenal opportunities, some really awesome deep waters that'll really, truly get you to that $1 million. And there's some things that he talked about that just really hit me, that I had to stop and think about, like I said, at the beginning. And then also a little unknown fact, okay, that most of these big fish have in their corner is they qualify people. They actually have people that'll pay them. They'll pay an application fee, and then they have the privilege of working with them, and they're showing me this, and it's happening. I'm having applications come in, and people are wanting to work with me because of the system that we have. So that's something that we'll touch on a little bit later, but that's such a refreshing thought. It's really refreshing coming from a background where we sought out people and we marketed to everybody. And you don't have to market to everybody in order to make that $1 million, which is way cool, right? Okay, so got my notes out here again. So chances are, will you find the big fish in the shallow waters? No, you're not. You're not going to find them on social media. Okay, these big fish, they may use social media a little bit, but it definitely, that wind's gonna knock over my camera, sorry. They definitely will not, use it totally as their sole means of, getting their information out there. Let me get this down just a hair. Hold on. Sorry about this. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so with the new opportunity, will the compensation plan afford you to make $1 million in a short amount of period, and even with 500 team members or less? Okay, so I started really thinking and looking at some organizations and how many people they have in their downline, and it's way more than 500. And some of these people haven't even made $1 million yet. Okay, some of them it took 6 years to make $1 million, and they've probably got 1,500 people in their downline. So this really intrigued me as I started thinking about this concept and thinking, looking into the opportunities and really zeroing in on the compensation plan and whether it was a fit. Okay, for I like to retire someday, and I know I will, and so the opportunity has to afford that. It has to afford me retiring. So I want to read something to you that Jeff told us that just really resonated with me. And actually, when I read this, I was like, wow, he knows. Okay, he's walked it, he knows. So I'm going to read this right from the notes. Jeff says, in the first direct sales company I ever joined, I built a team of about 500 people. Over almost 3 years, okay? And he then pocketed about $2 million in commissions. So he had about 500 people on his team in a little less than 3 years, and he earned over $2 million in commissions, okay? So he says that was a good opportunity. Not only did it dig him out of the $400,000 in debt that he had, but it also gave, it says, started but gave me the capital cushion to become an aggressive, risk-taking entrepreneur rather than a fear-based small thinker who was always flirting with disaster to pursue victories, okay, that never seemed to move me ahead. And I thought back to my own entrepreneurial journey, and I think about how many times, I had that fear and lack mentality, and it really held me back. So anyway, I'll go on. If that last sentence didn't make sense, here is a real life example from my early 20s. I spent $500 on a distributor kit for an MLM when that $500 was supposed to be to pay the rent the next month. So he was flirting with disaster. He was risking everything, a place to live, to purchase into that $500 MLM, which $500 is nothing, absolutely nothing. So, and I've done that, and I was in fear-based. The next part really hit me, insignificant victory. So in his $500 investment into that MLM, that was a real risk taker for him, he had an insignificant victory. It was making a few sales and recouping my initial investment and having my sponsor call me to tell me I got some sort of company recognition for doing so. I've been there. I invested $500 and I made some sales, and I recouped the money that the $500 in the commissions. It took me a few sales to get there, and then I got company recognition. But now I know that with the right opportunities and the right compensation plan, you don't need those recognitions, okay? So he goes on, if the commission didn't have at least 3 zeros per sale, you might be at risk of what I was talking about. So if you're dealing in an MLM or a direct sales company that does not have 3 zeros on your single sale commission, you're probably going to be in a rat race, and it's going to be a lot of hard work. And network marketing is hard work, but it can be so rewarding too. And so if you're, search for those commissions, those that are 3 zeros behind that single sale, you're going to get a lot faster, quicker, because it's just as easy to sell a $2,000 package, okay, as it is a $300 and a $500 package. These guys teach us this. Okay, so wow, so once again, in the opportunity, will you be able to earn that $1 million? So calculate out that compensation plan and figure out how long it's going to take you to earn that $1 million. That, I had to put pen and pencil to that one. Not gonna lie, that one was a real eye-opener. So now back to what I was talking about earlier about people applying to work with professionals such as Jeff, and how they're showing me, people apply to work with you because you have this knowledge, you have a system that works, that pays those single commission checks with one sale with the 3 zeros behind it. And people desire that because they see the vision. It's way bigger than themselves, and that's what people come to us for. And so those are things to look at in your opportunity. And we're looking for qualified people. And when you have people apply to you to work with you, you know that they're sincere, that they're ready to step forward. They're raising their hand and they're saying, yeah, I see the vision and I have my own vision and I'm going to go for it. It's a whole lot different than listening to a leader get on a video or a live video and say, can you guys do 3 things for me? I want to achieve this goal. Because it takes a whole team to do it. But the real leaders reach down, pull up, and say, we don't, we want you to succeed also. Okay? So that's what I have. That's question number 3. I'm out here in beautiful western Nebraska, and I just want to show you something really quick because this is really cool. The rock behind me is a rock that people back in the 20s used to put a extension ladder up to, and even women in dresses used to climb to the top. So I'm just going to switch this around because you've got to see this. It's crazy. Let me see if I can get that switched. There we go. Okay, so you see that rock right there? They used to put an extension ladder up there, and they used to crawl. There's a backside you can crawl up to, but the women and the men used to climb up to the very top, and there's actual pictures. So I thought that was pretty cool. Want to show that to you. So working, oh boy, back and forth. Here we go. So working in the ultimate laptop lifestyle, I have the opportunity of traveling, and I've always been able to travel, but you know, we got a call center that takes care of my business when I can't be there, and I love that. Okay, so they just take care of it. So if this interests you at all, if you're ready to start the ultimate laptop lifestyle, just put down in the comments ready, and I'll shoot you out some information. We'll get you started, or you can just look at the video and meet Jeff and realize the quality of the program that this is. So that's what I have for you today. Y'all make this an excellent day, and I'm gonna go hiking in the hills back there. See you later.